We'll be starting in a minute. Alright, how you going, guys? Welcome to the stream today for the full flight. We're going to be heading down to Sydney from Brisbane in the PMDG. Now, I hope this holds up. I've tweaked the graphics as much as I possibly can, so we may or may not get a crash. I hope we don't get a crash, so we'll see how we go. Alright, so without further ado, we're just going to jump straight on in. Now, I have the H.O.T.A.S crew installed on this aircraft, but I'm not going to use it today. I'm just going to do just a normal flight, and I'm going to control the whole aircraft. I'll do H.O.T.A.S crew at a later date. So yeah, first off, we're at cold and dark startup, so let's see if I can remember how to start this aircraft. So we're just going to be using the APU today, no ground power. So we're going to have a look at, I'm pretty sure we can move that out of the way. I didn't know that before, so make sure all the guards are down and closed and everything is in the normal position. Your dampener is off and everything up here is in both or normal, in the normal middle and on auto and normal. We also have all our fuel pumps are turned off and our landing lights and everything down here are off. Up here we have that off, and we're on battery and everything else is on, and we can go battery on. Okay, so battery is now on. We can keep coming down and making sure they are all closed, and we have the standby on drive 1 and drive 2. Ground power is not connected, so we can't use it. We have nothing on transfer bus, blah blah blah, so they're all off and we are all good. So we'll go ahead and hit the aft fuel tank, the fuel yes, that thing, and turn on the APU. Wait for 10 seconds and then we hit start. While we do that, we'll go down the other panel, make sure everything is off. The static is off. Hydraulic pressure, those two are off and the other two are on, but we have all the 4 lights. Auto on, attending call, nobody, and nothing on the ground. Awesome. Check to see if for the first flight of the day, right generator, right ignition switch is on. Wait for that to come down just a little bit more. We have nothing there. We're going to do a test here. Test, nothing there is all good. We'll do another test there later, and we're all good down there. Do we have a green light for start? No, we don't. Alright, so we can now turn the aircraft on. The first officer is now going around on his thing, so we can turn the hydraulics on, see if there's any oil leaking for him. We'll turn our test on, 4 lights, off, on, test, 4 lights. they're both in continue, our ignition switches, and we have all our air conditioners and everything in the rifle spot. We can turn that off, leave the bleed air on, and turn that on, cut that off. Make sure we've got our bleed air going up. Our altitude today will be 32,000 feet. Takeoff altitude and land altitude is 0 for both airfields, I believe. And we have our beacons on steady, our strobes on steady. Up here, we're going to do our checks. They won't normally happen until after a little while. Now that's our stall warnings. Make sure that's closed and locked. We're going to do this test. Make sure that light goes out. Done. 3 landing lights there and 3 landing lights there. Make sure that those are all off. That's your outside and inside speakers. Test card is closed, and we're going to turn these on for alignment. Just to make sure they're on alignment. They're on ATT, so we're going to go nav. We'll wait until they are ready to go. Now to find out if they're going, it should be popping up there. Alright, we'll turn them off for now and we'll make sure we've got this setting statistic going here. Alright, so they should turn off. Alright. So we are pretty much ready to go. Now from here, I believe we do the FMC. So I'm going to have the FMC instructions here. I do have a thing ready to go, 2 charts ready to go for the aircraft. So we're going to set up our fuel first. So our fuel, we're going to set block fuel will be 11,000. 11829. 11829, that's what we are taking for our fuel. Our payload today. How many passengers are we taking today? I did up a flight plan on SimBrief, and SimBrief has all our passengers and all that sort of stuff. Alright, so for this flight we're taking 228 passengers. We're going to take 352 tons. We're going to take maybe 110 the real. Alright, so that's that. Okay, go back out. Make sure the doors are all open for our ground crew. So, page 2, we're open cargo door, open that, and the equipment door. They're all open. Fine. This should be ready to go again. So, 1, 2, on DC, unalign. 1, 2, on DC and align. They should start flashing. Once they start flashing, we shall have the timer, which is 8 minutes until they are aligned. So we're good to wait for that. We can go ahead and do the thing. Okay, the crew chief should be back home right now. Hydraulic pressure off, and we can start doing our flight plan. Okay, so now we need to find the initial aircraft position. So I haven't updated it since 2018, so a couple of months back now, so it's a bit out of date. We'll go ahead and clear that. We'll go ahead and clear that. Alright, so we're going to go here. The reference airport today is YBBN Brisbane. We are at gate 25. So we'll use that and we will set route. So we're going to Brisbane. We don't need a co-route because I've already got one. We don't need to put in a route because I've already got one. We just need to find which one it is. So we got a fair few. There's a whole bunch of different ones there. So I can just pick whatever route I want. We're going from Brisbane to Sydney, so why don't we just click that one. So Brisbane to Sydney, flight number today is going to be QF325. Done. We're taking off most likely on runway 1. We can check that by going to our add-ons, weather, Brisbane weather, and today's knots is from 100 to 8, so we will be taking off on runway 1 today. I don't need to worry about that. Close window. We're going to go from here to departures. Obviously Brisbane departure. We're going to leave on runway 1 and we're going to go H.O.T.A. Hugo 5. I think at Hugo 5 we're taking off from home. So that's going to be our SIDS that we're leaving from. I'm going to go add to route. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go approach. I am going to try and think about where we're going to go. So I'm going to have a look at Active Sky next and see what Sydney is. Alright, so Sydney's got 10 by 5, so it should be runway 16 right. So we're going to go runway 16 ILS, runway 16 right for a for the 48A. There we go. And we'll click that to route. We'll go to legs. Make sure that we go plan, so we're going to click over to plan so we can check it out here. We're going to go back 1. Alright, so we're starting here, we're going up around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, out to Hugo. Turning 4, and now it's not locked in. So what we could do here is go this one here to this one here. So what we're going to do is grab that and bring it up in front of there. If I really wanted to, I can go that. 340 and 05 for 1 or 2, and that goes there, and that could bring me in a little bit further, so I could just go that to that and that, so then it just lines me up for that runway. Gives me a direction a little bit easier to come in on that runway a lot easier. So that's the legs done. Go to the climb, not the legs, go to limit. So we're going to click on that. Reserves today will be 2. Let me get back to YouTube just in case someone's talking. Hey man, Sim's a little noisy. Yeah, hang on a second. Sorry, I was in Sim brief. Hang on a second. PMDG options, sound 5. That should change it out a tad. I may have to fix up some stuff. There we go. We can bring that down just a tad. There we go. That should be a little better. Alrighty, so that should be better. It's a little loud in the sounds department for the PMDG, so just got to be mindful of that. Cost index today will take 8 today. We're going to be at flight level 320. FL, what are we doing? FL 320. The crosswind for the runway. So just put that out of the side. I'm just going to grab Active Sky and just chuck it over the top of YouTube a bit, just so I can see YouTube still. Where's Brisbane? There we go. Alright, so we have 100. 100 to 8 for the winds. The YSSY today we have what, 25. We're going to be traveling at 34 or close to 34,000 feet. The temperature out there is 38. So outside temperature is there. So we have a, I think, deviation of 7 maybe. Or we got 15 today. 38, no, it's probably 12. Nope. I'm getting it all wrong today. It's 10. Okay, whatever's. Alright, so that's our ISO deviation done. We're going to have our quick tool on that. So we have 25, so I'm going to make it 35 degrees because it's actually quite hot out there today. So we're going to be running normal climb. Can we do 35 again out there? Or is he going to make us do climb 1? Yep, cool. So we're going to be climbing out on climb 1 program. So we've got a takeoff. Today's takeoff, we'll be doing flaps. We're going to have our trim. No, we're going to be doing 1 flaps today, I believe. Yep, 46, 47, and 41. Let's go to here. We don't have runway slope. We do have a crosswind. I can't remember the slope is. 13%. We do that. 13. Not working. Invalid entry. 3. Oh, the slope heading. Okay, so we have. I need to figure out how to do that. So we'll just leave that there. Keep that as a 0. Everything else is good, so we can plop that in there. Our runway is 11,600 feet long with a little bit of extra, so we've got to round it down. Q on, so that's on there. Cruise, now we've got the climb, so climb looks pretty cool. Cruise looks cool. Descent looks cool. So we're going to air to do that, and we're going to activate. Once that's activated, all the stuff will come back, and we are good and aligned. Alright. Taking off, we got all that. Alright, so we're going to set our takeoff to about there, so that's good. Legs, we're good. Let's set our above altitude to 5,000. Hey, you go, man. Sorry, I wasn't watching. I'm concentrating on the stream. I need to set it up. What do you mean? The thing I have on the screen right here. So we got the course of the runway. We're going to be doing 16. that's the FMC, mate. All 737 aircraft, all Boeing aircraft, like the big aircraft that you're flying as a passenger, all have FMCs. Most large aircraft will have an FMC. So basically it's a flight management computer. Everything goes into the computer. So if you have a look at here, I've just set up the FMC. So this is our route that you can have along here. So if I wanted to, I can go step by step and you can see where the route goes all the way down to Sydney, where we'll be flying today. On the side of it, it will tell us how fast we're going on the left, and on the right it will tell us what height we need to be at. Now once we get up in the aircraft, now if I've set this up correctly, once we get up in the air, I should be able to click. Once I set this up properly, I should be able to click these while I'm on the ground. So basically, it's a flight planner, but as soon as I hit these two buttons, LNAV and VNAV, the aircraft pretty much takes over and I don't touch the controls at all. It will do everything right down to landing. It is a brilliant little computer. I'm actually a Boeing pilot in training, so I'm actually trying to learn this on the simulator as well as do it in the aircraft. So I kind of know a little bit what I'm doing with the FMC, but I'm still learning a shitload more. I actually sit in that seat over there, but today I'm in the pilot seat because everyone has to learn stuff eventually. So we'll go ahead, we'll turn our RTO on. We're going to make sure all our headings are the same as the runway heading. We'll be taking off from runway 1, I believe. So let's listen to the ATIS.
Brisbane, airport information, Juliet, 0813 Zulu, wind 089er at 8, visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky condition, few clouds at 2,000, ceiling 18,000, overcast. Temperature 252.20, altimeter 299.7, visual, runway 1 in use. Landing and departing runway 1. AFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact. You have Juliet.
Yeah,
Brisbane, airport information, Juliet.
You have a good time too, mate. Happy New Year. So we're all good there. We're bringing that back there.
Brisbane,
Your dampener. We'll get ready to turn on very shortly.
Taxi to gate 50.
I'm just going to turn those radios off really quickly because they're quite annoying. Alright, so we've pretty much got our radios all completely set up here. Our flaps and everything are in the forward position, we're all good to go. So we can get ready for our pushback. So before we do that, I need to make sure that we have climb and the economy rate sorted. So we're going to go econ, max climb, cruise, LRC, no, we'll have econ on, LRC on, and then we go to destination. So our cruise climb will be, I think that's about it. There we go. Pretty much. Alright, so we need to turn on a few things. Flight directives will be on now. Flight directives are on, cool, so we can turn those two on, they're good to go. We can actually turn them on now. I'm going to turn my ADF on, and that on. I'm going to make sure that we have the baro correct. How you going, mate? Welcome to the stream. We're about to get going under the way. So we have 2.9.9.7, so I need to change that. Yeah, alright, so that's changed. For my personal use, I'm going to set that to 1020. So this little thing that I'm putting up now is not intended use for this, but you can do it to know that you're 1,000 feet off the airfield. So it gives you an idea of standard rate of climb and all that sort of stuff. So we're going to go to the takeoff page now. Takeoff, we need to find what our VR, our V2 is, and that's 251. 251, that's all set. That is armed. That is on. Alright, so we're good to start now. So what we're going to do real quickly is we'll go here and go to menu, there, round connections. Everything should be removed. So H.O.T.A.S removed, that removed, we're good. Push back. Let's go outside. So we need to push back, and we're going to go left. So we need to push back to the right. We're going to go 15. Push back length, and we're going to go right 90. So we should go back that way, out that way, that direction, and totally miss those buildings. Actually, we'll make it even smaller. So push back 10. I don't want to clip any of those buildings whatsoever, so we'll get pushed back out that way. Okay. So we're going to ask for pushback and start very shortly, so we got that. We're going to quickly run down the checklist quick. So yaw dampener on, boom. Everything else is on there. Cool, boom, boom, boom. Good, that's closed. Yep. We got all of that closed, that's good. Seatbelts are on, that's good. 1, 2, 3, 4. They can stay off. They can stay off. That's good. That's good. That can come off for a second. And we are requesting pushback now.
And ground cockpit.
Make sure we got our brakes on.
Alright, Captain.
Please, oh
We're all
God.
set to go up here. We've been cleared to push and start.
Now this is as far as I normally get subtypes with this aircraft, because I had to tweak a bit of graphics and all that sort of stuff.
Doors closed. We are ready for pushback. Release parking brake, please.
Parking brake is released. So he's going to be using some of
Okay,
those.
parking brake is on.
He's
Clear
going to
to
be
push.
on that. Do I have some T-CAS is off, so that should be around there.
Brakes off. Here we go.
T-CAS is now on. Test the T-CAS. Alright, so traffic and all that is being tested.
Test pass.
Alright, so now we can go ahead and start up the aircraft. So we're going to go to ground. We're going to check. Oh God, we need to stop this. We're going the wrong way. We should have gone left, not right. That's alright. So we're starting this start up now. And that's at 25, so we can kick that forward. Good. Alright, I hope that's kind of loud, isn't it? Yeah, it's kind of loud. I hope that's not too loud now that it's started. Alright, so that should kick off, so that's kicked off, so now we're going over to the other ignition, so I go ground. Wait until this hits 25. Go ahead and put our logos on and our strobes in that position. Actually, they can stay on there. Wheel chocks are off. Taxi lights are on. Flick the switch up. We can start the engine. Starter valves still open. Alright, we can go continue. Switch. Lock that in where we're at, we're good to go. let's ask for permission via ground to take off. So it's south departure, flaps on 1,
ready to taxi. Departure
taxi lights are on. Before we head out, we need to go to systems. Okay, so we have full left, full right, center, full up, full down, it is center, full left, full right, it's center. Okay, and the spoilers all work. Okay, let's.
Taxiing, hold short, runway 1. Using taxi.
So we got Charlie, Charlie 4, Bravo, Bravo 7, Alpha, Alpha 9, contact. Okay, so Charlie 3, 4, and Bravo 7, Alpha. Alright, so Charlie 3 should be just directly behind us. We're flaps are down and we are good to keep going. We might be landing in Sydney at night time, so nice. So we're did Charlie 3, so we're on Bravo now, looking for Bravo 7. Looks like a 777 just landed from this distance anyway. It could be a 737. Want to get
Brisbane ground 12540 heavy taxi to
the lovely
12540 heavy taxi to gate 80.
what they call S-Dock. When I get that, this should be a little bit easier and a little bit more fun to set up good screenshots for you. I'm not even going to comment. I totally forgot about that. Now, I am super used to not actually controlling the doors on this aircraft at all. So we are going to shush. Oh, my bad. Did we forget to turn them on? We did. Turn the aircons on for the other guys. Turn them off. Turn that on. Turn those on. Get rid of the APU. I totally forgot to do a whole bunch of things, didn't I? Whoops. Turn that on. That's cool. Turn that on open. I've forgotten so many things because a lot of those things happen by the game, the FS to crew, and there's certain things that I don't have to touch, but that's my fault. So that should all be working now. We have a look up here. We should have pretty much everything going on. Alright, so we've turned our flight directors off. As you can see, there's a little light there. That means that this flight director is on the main spot. Now we are getting a bit of main panel. We are getting a bit of darkness about us. So we'll go ahead and turn all the panel lights on. So we get ready for it. Alright, so this is cockpit lighting, we're all good to go. So we are using Active Sky Next for the weather today. I do have a checklist sitting on the ground next to my foot. I don't know why I'm not using it. Alright, Brisbane Tower, request for takeoff.
Tower, Boeing Victor, Hotel Victor.
Let's check the list.
Departure at runway 1. Boeing Victor, Hotel
So
Victor,
config, we've all checked, flight control for checked, yes, yes, yes. The start switches are on continuous, MCP is checked, transponder is checked. Acknowledge.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 1.
Transponder is setting for TATR, so it's there. We do have it turned on, it's now on. We have all, yep, okay, so we're pretty much good. For the full takeoff, flaps are down. We can turn our lights off, and we can go full lights on, and strobes and beacons flashing. Pretty much everything else is set to go, I think. Yep. Brakes off, let's get going. Before we do, we're going to pull up on the runway here and just stop again. Let's see if we can close these lovelies up. Thank you. Alright, so they should all be closed at the where we were. Alright, so we were good. Alright. FMC for takeoff, we're good to go. Alright, so basically we're going to pull us up to about 40%. TGO is on. To go! And then we just chill on and stick on the main runway. Rotate. Positive rate of climb, gear up. Now this is part where I do most of the flying. Yeah, good. contact Brisbane approach at the same time.
Brisbane approach, Boeing Victor, Hotel Victor, Zulu Lima.
So the captain's pretty much flying at the same time.
2 miles northeast of Brisbane, 1,100. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Flaps come up.
Turn left heading 050. Boeing Victor, Hotel Victor, Zulu Lima. Brisbane approach, squawk 2744. Squawk 2744. Boeing Victor, Zulu Lima. Boeing Victor, Zulu Lima. Radar contact 3 miles northeast of Brisbane, 2,500. Clear to the Charlie airspace. Maintain all navigation. Clear to the Charlie airspace. Boeing Victor, Zulu Lima. Turn left heading 050. 889er.
Alright, so we can go ahead and clean up the runway, so we're going to turn.
1 mile southwest, descend and maintain 2,000. Cleared visual. Runway 1 approach. Contact
Autopilot on now.
120.5. Climb and maintain 2,000.
So they can come up, they can come off.
Tower on
Done.
120.5. 889er.
Go. Alright, so the aircraft is now taking over with the FMC controlled. So we are in command as you see MD there. That's cool. Alright, so landing lights are all off. Well, the fixed ones are the retractable ones, sorry. Oops. Retractable ones are off and retracted up. Everything else is still on. The continue are now off. We can turn our logo and that off. The autopilot is off.
Boeing Victor Zulu Lima, contact Brisbane Center on 119.8. 119.8. Boeing Victor Zulu Lima.
We can set our cruise altitude at 32,000 feet. And bring our RTO to off. If we wanted to, we can go to our back light and turn the back light on our side on down here. Alright, so we got our lights all turned on, ready to go. I didn't know it was going to be a night flight, but I guess things deceived us. Alright, so we're above 10,000 feet, so we can go ahead and retract that. Go ahead and turn that to auto. And tell the ladies to do their thing, or the ladies and gents to do their thing, and start talking to people. That should have been off. We should have turned our radar on as well, so we can go Rex radar and somewhere around here. Auto. That's checking for there we go. Is that it? You can do this at the there we go. So we're looking at our radar now, so we were good to go there. Got all of that sorted, we're good. We got a STD there, and that should change it for the whole aircraft. So that will be at the base, the default 2, 9 and 9 and 2, above 10,000 feet. So now it's basically just getting it sorted. Now if you're wondering about the clouds, and the lovely backdrop I got over there. That's the new freeware that I got. I did a video on, or a live stream on test flying an aircraft and the new scenery, and go check that out. I can put the link down in the description if you comment, if you want to look for it. Apart from that, yeah, this is not a bad flight down from Brisbane down to Sydney, so I'm quite loving it, flying this aircraft again. It's been a while since I've touched this aircraft, and I'm forgetting a lot of things, so I need to get back in and do it all again. I used to do this very fluently without any problems. So, yeah. We got all our stuff up there is okay. Everything there is okay, and we're just going up through the motions. So yeah, that guy over there will be checking his own thing. That's off. We got all the bits and bobs sorted, and check master caution. There's nothing on master caution, and we got everything set down there. Bring that up. So yeah, now we're just moseying on our way over to Sydney. Probably should turn the clock on too. That is the one thing I forget to do every single time I get into the aircraft. So, and I forgot to do the oxygen test. That's alright. I'll remember it over time. I think I did pretty well for not flying it for a couple of months, and then just jumping back in and getting this aircraft started. I'm actually a bit skittish that it might, I'll get that dreaded but I think we're doing pretty good. So, yeah, it's going really well. So, I think what we'll do is let you listen to some stuff. going, mate? Look at that out there. Yeah, we're just flying down to Sydney, doing a full flight in the PMDG 737. It's a lovely aircraft. Yeah, I've never flown a 737 or any of the Boeing PMDG aircraft. You can definitely pick one up at PMDG Simulations. Oh, PMDG-simulations.com. Just Google it, it'll pop up. I'll put a description down in the channel if you want to find it at a later date. Yeah, it's a brilliant little aircraft. It is actually said by Boeing themselves, this aircraft has over 3,500 pages of a PDF for you to read. So if you're really struggling with like learning this aircraft, there's a lot of tutorials out there. I'm actually planning on doing some tutorials for this aircraft eventually, once I get back into it. It's been a while since I've flown it. I wasn't actually going to fly it today. I just thought, bugger it, I'm going to try and get the graphics to work and see how they work with this aircraft again. So I've really tweaked it down a bit, just to see what I can get out of it. So it looks like Sydney's got, we're going to have clear skies for the most part, so a nice sunset over the east coast of Australia, which looks pretty cool, guys. But I have to say, take a few screenshots, so you may hear it if you don't. Like, who doesn't want a screenshot like that? Like, look at that, that's cool. Always take a few screenshots of the aircraft doing certain things. Alright, so the looks like the clouds have just started forming back up again. I've got active sky next on, so we do have some clouds by the looks of it. We're not out of the clear yet. It's taken active sky next to a little bit of time to get us updated, and we're good. Alright, so we're just going to start having a look. So we've got to look at 28,000 feet. We've got to make sure that we are still in line with our altitude, are all going up at the same time, so we are clear for the rest of the cruise, so they're all exactly the same. Alright, so now we're all stable and steady. I'm going to bring the heading around, just in case I need, just in case the FMC fails, I need to probably keep on the heading. So heading is there. We've got the weather radar on. There doesn't seem to be any weather out there. And our FO has the terrain radar on over there, so we can have a look at the terrain radar down the bottom there. So we're pretty good for the rest of the cruise. Let's have a look at progress. So we've got 10 nautical miles until TC, which is top of cruise. And then we will have the rest of the flight as normal. It's about an hour and a half long, an hour and 20 minutes. I quite like doing this flight. I've done it quite a few times with my FS to crew and FS passenger add-ons for this aircraft. I quite like flying this aircraft doing that. I just wanted to test it out without either of those two. I'll probably do a flight off stream again with my FS to crew just to see how it goes, and then probably sometime in the next couple of days I'll do another one on my FS to crew and passenger, and I'll see how that goes, and then I can stream it. I just don't want it to be cutting out on the stream, you know. So will let you get back to some music while you just listen and have a look around the aircraft. One thing I just wanted to point out down there, that cloud that you can see, I'll see if I can get a big shot of it inside. That cloud you can see is actually a thermal. It's a bit of a graphics add-on I got from High Definition Graphics Volume 2, which is a freeware that you can get. So if you ever flying out with a glider or whatever, you can look for these clouds, which are actually realistic. I've been up in a glider or two and I've actually seen thermals for my own self, so that's probably a bit extreme, but you can find thermals out there with the new thing that I have. And these clouds, they look insane. I've got this set with soft clouds from Rex 4, soft clouds Rex 4 from the Steam edition, and I've also got Active Sky Next, which I can change the graphics of the clouds. So all three of them are working really, really good. The clouds look phenomenally good. So yeah, thanks guys, and let's continue. Hey guys, welcome to the stream, man. just back in the cockpit here. Nice sunset. How you going, mate? Welcome to the stream. We're flying to Sydney from Brisbane, Queensland, so we're on the southeast coast of Australia, or southeast coast is out there. We're kind of a little bit inland, just flying over at an altitude of 32,000 feet. Just cruising along, and we should be right. Top of descent is 144 nautical miles away, so we've still got a little bit to go, but eventually we'll get there. I just got to go to the kitchen and go have a drink, so I'll let you listen to some more music and I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. Had my mic muted for a bit there. So yeah, I hope your day's going well. And yeah, well, night, day. It's night here, or getting close. What's the time? It is 8:17 PM here. So having a bit of fun flying the PMDG. I haven't flown it for a couple of months. Only because I had problems with the OOM issues, out of memory error on this, but now it seems to be alright. I do like this little bit of turbulence we're getting, man. It's really good. Really putting the aircraft through its pace. So these are windows. You can get rid of them windows if you wish. Just have these ones here. I have them on because some of the aircraft that I've flown in have these. Some aircraft have that as well, and I like using that. I do all of my landings auto. It's quite fun. Yeah. We're going to be, so if we just check the scale, so we should really be on 40. So that's 80. So top of descent is just beyond 80, so probably about, that's 160, that's 80. So that's the 80 mark, that's the 40 mark, so that's the 160 mark. So we're probably looking at 130, 130 nautical miles. 100 nautical miles. So 100 nautical miles to go. So that's the 80 mark there. The 160. We go out. 320. So we've got a little bit to go. But once we get close, so about 50 nautical miles out, we'd have to start doing all of our landing preparations for the aircraft, just to give us time before we do a debrief to the flight officer, to let them know that we are ready for descent. We need to make sure that we have all the correct procedures, all that sort of stuff. I did write down in a book, it's right in front of me, all the radio, all the radio things for the certain different runways. That's 34 left, 34 right. I'm hoping that we are on runway 16 right. If not, I can ask for it. So they most likely will give us left because they love giving us left. There's Brisbane, Brisbane. The runway 16 right is 10.9.5 for Sydney. So we can go ahead and turn some of these other things on for the NDB and all that old lovely lovelies. Alright, so the NDB for Sydney is 266. 266. That over, so that should go in there nice and snug. We also have 12, 10 via 12, 10 for that one too. Alright, so we're pretty much good to go there. So I do have a chart up on that I can put up on stream. So we can quickly have a look at that in a second. So let me see if I can add a. Yeah, I can do it to the other stream or whatever it is. Scenes for the chart, so I can bring that up for you. Yeah, so let's have a look at the chart here. Can I bring up a screen? That is the Discord. We don't want Discord. So let's go monitor desktop 2. Alright, so we got that. No, cool. I'll bring that up. Alright, so we got a chart here. that would be landing on. And I'm going to make us land on 1-way-16 right, because 1-way-16 left for auto landing does not work. So I brought this chart up because my Navi graph isn't working. So we're just going to double check to see what all these code, if these things are all correct. It's a little different to this is Air Services 2018. It's a little different to the Navigraph one that I'm used to. Navigraph is only used for basic simulated stuff, and this is not simulation. This is more realistically real. So this is the tower so this is Q&H. So we got our glide slope, circling cats. So have we got a proper one? We want ILS. So we're looking for ILS. 116 right. RNAV. RNAV's alright. We could do that if we wanted to. We're just going to do an ILS one if we can find it. So ILS and lock, 1-way-16 left, 1-way-16 right. So that's what we're looking for, that one there. Alright, so we're looking for ILS 1-way-16 right. We know. So we're going to do. Maybe we'll do a Cat 2. So Cat 2, we're going to be doing very low altitude, and all that sort of stuff. So we need to find all the. So we've got the ILS. So that's 3 right, isn't it? We want left. So left, that was 3 right. We want left. Runway 16, that's 25. It's 07. It's 34 left. There we go. That's the one we want. So tower, we got our ILS and DME. We've got that set. That's cool. So ILS DME, we're good. So it should tell us. I know it's 3,000 feet, so we're tracking in on 600 foot turn right. 3,000 feet is our escape vector if we need it. So we're gonna have to have a thing set for that. We're gonna do a Cat 1 ILS. No, we're not doing Cat 1. Yeah, if we could do a Cat 1, so we'll just do a Cat 1. So we're gonna be doing 210. Not going to use RVL, so we'll just do 210 Bravo, 210 radio. We'll come down on that. And yeah, 3,000 will be our flight out. So, all right, let's go and have a look. So we should be almost ready to get going. So we're at 45 nautical miles out. Alright, so what I need to do now is quickly do the forecast page. Alright, so we'll get rid of that and we'll zoom in. So we can see our top of descent right there on our radio. So we're going to do our descent page and we're going to go forecast. We're going to so we're going to have a look at what Sydney is through the active sky next. So if I quickly go back to scene 3 and open up that, you can see the Sydney. This is Brisbane, so we need to go to Sydney. So we've got active sky next, and we need to type in our barometric pressure and our isodive, and we also need to have a look at our weather. Now we are at -10, 11, so that's probably something I should have done a little while back. So if you have a look at this, so we have -11 at the moment, so we kind of do need to turn on these. So in active sky next, what we need to do is we're having a look at 3,000 feet, 18,000 feet and 9,000 feet. So as you can see, all the different numbers there, we need to put those all in here as well. So what we'll do is we'll quickly head back to the aircraft. and we'll put them in. So I want to know the difference the moment I need to turn back on my thing. So I'm just going to put in a couple of flight levels here, just so I know when I have to turn my ice thing back on. This should tell me. So we're going to go flight level 3000. We're going to go 18. And we're going to go 8,000. Bugger, we'll go 9,000 since it's there. So 9,000. Alright, so what we need to do now is type in the crosswinds. So you've seen what I've seen just before, so it's 309. 309 to 60. So it is going quite a gale up here at 3,000 feet over Sydney. So we got 1800, so we got 295 to 18 there, and we also have the 9000 to 8 at 5. So that's that. Now the ISO deviation is basically what it is now to the temperature down there. So their temperature at the moment is 21 at dew point 20. So our ISO deviation is minus 11. So we're going boom, and we go. So 1 to the Q and H, which is 1017. So it looks like we have our VOR2 is popped up for PKS. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn that off now. So we got that. ISO deviation is set, ready to go. We're good. We hit enter. Okay. Reset the altitude really quickly, because we're almost ready to get going. Down. So we can set that right down to 2,500 feet. We can set the brake there. I want that turned off. So what we'll do is we'll just turn that off. We'll just turn that off. Get that off. We know that it's on. Alright, so we will start descending now. We did that kind of a bit late, but the aircraft is gonna do it itself now. So we're all good to go for our landing. Alright, so you can see this this thing here. This is like our glide slope indicator. So RNP and 400 and ANP 148. So I'm still learning, don't get me on it. All I know is if you have that purple bracket in line with that, you're on your direct glide slope. So that we're too far above, I believe. That we're too far below. So that's perfect glide slope. We are set for the 2,500, so if we go down to our legs here, we can see that 2,500. We can even go down to 1,700 if we want before landing. So we can set that right down to 1,700, and we will be at 1,700 before we hit there, which is good. Apart from that, we're not going to be there for that long at that height. So we're going to set our now the runway we're going to be landing on is quite large, so we're going to set it to 1 today. We don't really need that all the way set, so we've still got a bit of daylight. Probably not going to need to worry. Alright, so landing altitude is 0. We know that because we looked at the thing before. We are going to set the radio, so we're going to reset the barrow. We're going to change it to radio, reset, and we're going to set that to, was it 210? Let's have a quick squiz at it again. It was set for 210, yes. We've had, I don't know, for some reason I thought that was a flaps button there and I was about to retract flaps. So 210, so I'll set we're going to do a Cat 1 landing. Now what we have to do is set this little thing up here. So the elevation of the airfield. Elevation is 7. So we're going to click on that. I'm going to go 7. We need to change these over to the PRI. What is it? AIII arm, and we're going to do a 3% guide slope. We're going to hit enter. We are good. Now to make sure that that is set correctly, we're going to go on up here. Make sure if you've got this connected, make sure it's pulled out. I'm going to grab our HUD. Now there's 2 ways of grabbing our HUD. We can look up there, or we can just grab that. For some reason it works. Alright, so we know that we are locked on onto the path. The runway is all the way over there somewhere, because we are so far left of the runway, it's not funny. So we know we're all armed, ready to go, and we're starting to drop, so we're good. We're good there. So that's all set, ready to go. Now we need to set up our thing, so we got that. We're going to do 12 just again, just so we can find that beeping sound. I need to turn that off. We need to set both of these things over here as well. 950, wasn't it? I believe it was 950 for runway 16 right. Yep. Alright, we're cool. We're good. Alright, we haven't really contacted the Brisbane Centre, so probably something that I should have done. Not really worried about it. It's just Alright, so they're going to talk to us in a minute and tell us we're out of airspace, blah blah blah. But that's okay, we're almost getting ready to come in for landing. So we're heading close to ready, so we're going to go descent is now on. So we're going to have that on there. We're going to quickly have a look at our temperature. Our temperature is at -5 still, so that's okay. Check our engine systems. Our engine systems are good. Probably should keep that on there. Can't really do that at the moment. There we go. So we got center systems, engines. Yep. We can change it around. And ND will put the whatever he's got over there on there for us, so we can have a look what he's doing. Alright, so we're pretty much good to go for our landing. So we're going to change our runway heading on our courses, so that's another thing we can do. So 155. Now this is runway 16 right, remember that, but it's not, the course and the heading isn't exact. Alright, so it's just a round off. So it's actually 155. Bit of lightning out there to the west of us. So we've got all of that set, we've got that set. We're not going to turn the heading just yet. Keep the heading on just for a bit. Alright, so we got all of that. We're going down quite nice. G'day Josh, how are ya? Thanks for joining the chat again. Sorry I was on another screen looking at my flight plan that I made up on SimBrief. I'm actually flying an old flight plan because I didn't have time to set up a new flight plan. But twice the same, still good. Still following the right way. So yeah, it's fine. Alright, so we're at -2, -1. We're almost ready for landing. So we're flying the PMDG today, Josh, 737 on FSX. And we are at 22,000 feet coming down on Corey, and we will be using the Blanco Star to come into Sydney. Now Sydney will probably be out that direction where we can't see at the moment. So far so good. We're descending pretty good. We don't need cruise, we don't need that. We're descending, we've got our legs sorted. So Corky, we're going to be on the Beck Low, which is over here, and then from there we go straight down to our 4,000 feet, which will get us down to the runway. So we have a 3,000 feet that we need to plot into the MCP once we get onto the localizer for a go around if need be. But yeah, everything's pretty much good to go. We have turned everything on that we needed to. There's only one thing that I need to do is wait until that's turned on. The FMC should tell us, and that will be our anti-ice. Now we don't do anti-ice in these aircraft until they get above 10 degrees. Now being in Australia, it is quite hot, as we know. Sydney is actually at 29. We can have a quick look, can we? Well, at the moment, if we request the weather, the current weather where we are right now is 22 degrees, 0.7 on the ground. So we're not on the ground, we're actually in the air, but that is on the ground at the dew point of 17.8 Celsius, and there is light rain below us, and that is what our metric is. So we need to remember that. We've spoken to they haven't told us. We've got a little bit to go. We're on the glide slope, which is good. Yeah. So we're slowly making it down. Slowly. But I have to say I do love the aircraft. PMDG is something really good, and I really cannot wait to fly one on my own in the next couple of months to a year, if I get lucky enough to pass my degree. So yes, I'll be doing a lot of training in these over the next 3 to 4 years, and then God help ya if you fly Qantas in 4 years time and you have me as a pilot. I'm just saying, God help ya. I forget so many things in the simulator, but hopefully in the aircraft by then I won't forget. So alright, so the aircraft is now on its turn. Now I'm not actually doing this, this is full autopilot. We're doing VNAV and LNAV, and we'll do a VNAV and LNAV landing. If I have set it up all correct, which I still have it in my head, I believe, we're going good. So Sydney is directly ahead of us right now. So
Victor Zulu Lima, contact Brisbane Center on 125.7.
I preempted that, I knew they were about to call.
125.7, going Victor Zulu Lima.
Hopefully I'll get Pro ATC, which will be able to give us SIDS and stuff. So SID stars and all that sort of lovelies. I love landing on SIDs and stars, which is a little bit more experience than just letting the ATC say, "Oh, just come straight in, you're good." Yeah, nah. FSX default ATC is probably the best ATC out of the 3 simulators, but it still lacks realism. So Pro ATC, gonna get it. I've got a lot of things that I want to get when I get paid. I'm not going to be able to get them all. So I want to get SDoc. Definitely going to get SDoc this week. And I definitely want to get another program that I quite enjoy looking at. But if I want it or not is another thing. It's called Fly a Pilot's Life or something like that. It's similar to like FS Passenger, but this one's basically purely on your career as a pilot. So it doesn't have any passengers aboard, but you are given scenarios and you don't get to choose a flight. You log in and it will have flights for you to do, and you don't get to choose. You can only skip those flights every couple of days in real time, and if you skip, you do get a mark against your name, and you might get fired from that company. So I really want to have a look at it. It looks really cool. So I'm thinking about getting that one as well, but that's quite expensive. I think it's like $59 US. but it looks pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that one too. So. Alright, so we're coming on in. We should have return. That's probably why it's not showing up. There we go. There it is. So Sydney is 70 nautical miles away. We're going to turn that on. You got LEDs on there. That's cool. Alright, so we'll turn that back over there. We've got ours on there, so we know that Sydney is 69.3 away now. Oh yeah, is it a good flight? Should chuck join the Discord and chuck some screenshots of your planes in my Discord. I've got it linked in the description somewhere, I believe. No, it's not. I'll have to put it in there for you. I did have surprised my Nightbot's not on. Nightbot normally does that for me. Let me see if I can find it. Nightbot, turn you on. Get rid of that. Nightbot. So that is part of the channel now. That's cool. Alright, so Nightbot is on. So just / exclamation mark Discord. Exclamation mark Discord. Let's see if it works. No. It did not work. I think my commands are a little bit different than what I had. Custom commands. Discord. There it is. Nightbot finally got up there. Yeah, it was taking its time. Okay. Yeah, join the Discord, man. You'll be the first one in there. Hopefully some people will join eventually as well.
267. Contact Brisbane Center on 130.1.
Chuck your screenshots in there and let it feel. Just let me know if you can access any of the things. Like I haven't really done too much of the permissions yet on the Discord because it's a brand new Discord that I own. But eventually we'll get there. So. Do I have it open? No, it's not.
Victor Zulu Lima. Contact Brisbane Center on 133.05.
Alright, so that's me.
133.05. Calling Victor Zulu Lima.
Yeah, man, awesome. You're in there. That's cool. So yeah, I'm gonna make it simulated friendly because some Discords don't like having X-Plane and Prepared 3D and an FSX one. But it's gonna be a simulated friendly, but the chats are there for particular talks on that particular sim, and then you get the general chat for all sim related topics. So hopefully it'll get busy over time. We'll see. Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, I heard it pop up on my headset. Alright, so we're getting very, very close to our 10,000 feet mark. So now if we have a look, that's our line there. So let's go to plan. Our line is, where was our line again? Just after, so it was on the 16 right LA or whatever it was. So if we go plan, we go to step. Oh, we got to turn. See our FOMC told us to turn these on, so we're good. So we got to turn them off now. So they go off. We're good to go. So we go to step and we go to 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. So ideal. That's exactly where we're going to be coming in on. Okay, so we're good. So we turn the plan off. We're coming down to our 10,000 feet. Our lights are all off and stuff. Are we still on par? We're still on par, and our speed is still kinda up. Drag required. Alright. Let's put our speed brake on. We always have a look at the FMC. The FMC is our friend in need in this aircraft. So that should start slowing the aircraft down. How you going, mate? Welcome to the stream. We're about to land in YSSY, Sydney, on the southeast side of Queensland, New South Wales. I was about to say Queensland. Shh. Yes, go Queensland. Sorry for you Sydney livers that watch the stream later. So yeah, we're about to come in. So we are under our 10,000 feet altitude, so we're going to go fix on only. We're going to go our logo and winglets on. Everything else is on. We're going to go continue. Alright, so well and truly over the top now. We're going to go drag off. We need to get back on pass, so that should start coming back up again in a minute. Alright, and we'll go that. What we need to do now is check Sydney's weather. Let me just bring up that. So it is 3003. Alright, so we got 3003, so there we go. That's now set. We're good to go. Path unreachable. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold here until we get down to. So we're going to hold here, and we're going to keep going down to what is the above 8,000. So now we're holding, we can pull that in a bit, like that. It's good. Yeah, man, I can definitely do an engine fire. The good thing about the PMDG and the setup that I have, every flight that I do, I have a 5% chance, which is a realistic number for real flights. I have a 5% chance of getting a failure. So you could watch one of my streams one day and boom, I get a failure just like that. On takeoff, landing or whatever. Every flight that I do. So I have crash turned on, I have building detection crash turned on. Collisions with other aircraft, so everything is on in this simulator. So yeah, I also fly the F-18 Superbug, so having that program for 5% chance on every takeoff to landing to the shutdown, and something will go wrong. So hey, something could go wrong on this flight and we still haven't got to the end yet. So alright, so we're at our assigned altitude above 8,000. So what we can do now is go to exit hold and go there, and then start lowering our altitude again. I don't know why that's wailing up so loud for though. That's probably why. Because I'm controlling it. So drag is required, that is done. 7,000 feet for a bit. Once that starts coming close, then we can pop up. Alright, so let's hold right there. So this takes a little bit of time to set up, to get going, to come down and all that lovelies. Alright, so we're on path, well not quite on path, but we're getting close. So once that comes down to around the middle there, we will start our descent. Let's talk to Sydney approach.
Sydney approach, Boeing Victor, Hotel Victor, Zulu Lima, with you. Boeing Victor, Hotel Victor, Zulu Lima, Sydney approach, roger, altimeter 3003.
So we know that it's 3003, we're going to talk to Sydney if we can. Still can't talk to Sydney yet. There it is. So now we're going to listen to the ASIS.
Sydney Airport information, India 0934 Zulu, wind 129er at 60, visibility greater than 20 miles, sky condition 1,500, scattered, ceiling 2,700, broken, temperature 2.20, altimeter 3003, ILS, runway 16 right and ILS, runway 16 left in use, landing and departing, runway 16 right and runway 16 left. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short.
Alright, so we are doing 16 left, so let's just 16 right, so we'll ask them.
Victor, Hotel Victor, Zulu Lima is 28 miles north with India to land. Boeing Victor, Hotel Victor, Zulu Lima, Sydney Tower. Make straight in, runway 16 left, altimeter 3003.
Yeah, it's all good, man. I want to select another runway. I'm not going on left because left does not work.
Flying straight in, runway 16 left, Boeing Victor, Zulu Lima. Sydney Tower, Boeing Victor, Zulu Lima, would prefer runway 16 right. Boeing Victor, Hotel Victor, Zulu Lima,
Thank you.
Sydney Tower. Make straight in, runway 16 right, altimeter 3003, Virgin 256, exit runway when able.
Alright, so we're gonna slowly head down. So we should be dropping. We're slowly dropping. It's good. Alright, we can bring out our thing now, get ready for it. So to do this, we only have one autopilot on.
Please acknowledge.
Yes.
Virgin 256, exit runway when able.
Alright, sure.
Alright,
Alright, so we have the two autopilots. Now they both have to be activated when we hit the localizer. Alright, so we're still quite a distance up off our assigned altitude for it.
Ready for IFR departure, runway 16 right. Virgin 527 cleared for takeoff, runway 16 right.
Alright, and give it a little bit longer.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 16 right, Virgin 527. Virgin 256,
And
exit
off.
runway when able.
Alright, so now we're going to go V-lock. What we're doing is waiting for the V-lock to show up. We got it. We're going to go glide slope.
Virgin 256.
Then we're going to click on both of those. We are on glide slope. Flaps 15, gear down. Once the VLAV and the LNAV get turned off and that, we've got to bring that back up to 3000. So that's going to line us up with the runway. I can't even see it. Thank God I'm doing this autopilot style. You can do it without the autopilot if you wish. And don't do it the hard way. Alright, so we're going to arm the speed brake this time. Speed brake is now armed. Flaps are on 5, we want them on 15. Lead flaps are out, which is the front flaps on the aircraft. We should have now hit the localizer in a little bit. The sound's not too loud for you at that end. I had to fix it up. Oz Flight Sim was saying that it was a bit loud before. Alright, so we are now almost, I'm going to have to control that. So let's go. 124.55, what's the bet that I haven't got an approach? Approach 45. 9, yeah, that's good. That's what I didn't do. Alright, so it's now going to do its own thing. I totally forgot to do that. That was just silly of me. Alright, so now it's lining up on the runway there. Doesn't look like it's really on it, does it? Slowly lining up on it. So we can set that back up to 3000 now, and we can set that down to 41. Uh, 45. So we're only going to be landing with 30 flaps today, so we only need to set that up for 45. Alright, so preset done. Check that. That's okay. We're good. Okay, so we're lined up on localizer. Are we set for the single channel glide slope? We're good. ILS done. So we can go flaps 25. We're gonna not yet. We can turn them on. How you going, mate? Welcome to the stream. Sorry, I'm not looking at the moment. I'm kind of concentrating. So we are doing our correct speed at close to our correct speed. So if you ever do ILS approaches in Sydney on the default airfield of Sydney, always go runway 16 right. It's runway 16 left actually puts you in the water because for some reason the airport's a little bit, the glide slope is a little bit off center. So I need to fix that up a little bit through. Thank you. I'll need to fix that up through my airport editor because the default airport sucks. So always land on this runway. They got a hold. Alright, so we got land 3, roll out and flare is activated. So when we get close, you'll see the runway will have 2 lines on either side. So that's really good. When we get there, the speed should cut off altogether, and then we just have to hit the reverse buttons, and we're good to go. Alright, so we are good to go for flaps 30. Lights completely full. We've been given the threshold, we're on flight continue. We're all good there. So 145 knots at 30, we're good. Now the aircraft should do everything itself. I'm not actually touching the controls. I've just got it ready to go if need be. Now as we get close, as you see, we got rollout and flare just on the MCP in front of us. There goes the green lines either side of the runway, which is really, really good. There's a Virgin aircraft holding short. We have 3 green lights for landing. We have 30 flaps. I say continue for the approach to the airfield, to the FO. The aircraft rolls out as soon as we hit. Autopilot will go off. We reverse. Now the autopilot's really good. See, that center line is still up. It will hold center line on the ground as well. So we stop reversing at 60. Then we can start using our brakes once the RTO brakes are off.
Boeing Victor Zulu Lima, exit runway when able.
Alright, RTO brakes are off and autopilot is off. We get rid of the warning and we continue on to the right hand side over there. We can get rid of that and bring our flaps up and clean the aircraft up. So we'll go off to the right here. The other one's too steep. So bring all the flaps up and bring the speed brake down.
Boeing Victor Zulu Lima, contact ground on 121.7. Virgin 269er, cleared for takeoff. Runway 16 right.
Landing gear.
Cleared for takeoff. Runway
Those lights are now off.
Right, Virgin 269er.
And let's go ask for
1.7. Boeing Victor Zulu Lima.
ground. Request taxi to gates.
Sydney ground. Boeing Victor Hotel Victor Zulu Lima. Request taxi to the gate. Boeing Victor Hotel Victor Zulu Lima. Taxi to gate 63.
I don't know where my taxi lights are.
Alpha Hotel Golf 1.
They should be on. Wow, they're off. I thought I had them on. Oh, they're on now. Alright, so we've left, so we can turn our radar off now. We don't need that on. Turn that off. The terrain data can stay on.
Please acknowledge.
Yes.
Taxiing to gate 63 using taxiway Alpha Hotel Golf 1.
So we're looking for Alpha Hotel and Golf 1.
Virgin 256, continue taxi. Virgin 256, hold position. Caution the departing Boeing 737.
Alright, so now I would ask for, let me tell you, yeah. So I'm going to ask for permission to the tower, blah blah blah. Have I got permission to cross? They say yes. Normally I would pull up and ask, but if we know that this is not the active runway because we just landed on it, and that's to our horrors, we're pretty much parallel to the runway, so we can just keep rolling straight over the runway for the sheer sake of being a simulator. So there's hotel right there. I do like this, the PMDG with the extra lighting at the side there. It looks really, really cool. I'm actually going to buy some 3D lights for this. The 3D lights for this aircraft. There's a couple of a group of people that can can't remember their website.
Virgin 256, continue taxi.
Oh, there is one that I can use.
Virgin 256.
Alright, so we've pretty much landed, so we can go ahead and turn our lights completely on. We can turn our panel down, turn that panel down, done. Go ahead and turn the back lights off. Actually, we'll leave the back light on and we'll turn the main panel down. Turn the main panel down over there too. Probably a bit bright up there while I got the big light on. Alright, so they did say gate something. Now I don't have a gate number for this one, unlike I do in Brisbane. So I'd say it's right there next to that gateway. Why can't I go there? They want me to go around. Alright, so it's gonna be that jetway right there, so that's cool. Alright, so we can take the lower DU off, display unit. that's off. We're going to the right here. I gotta love the engine. The first time I heard the PMDG engine rev up, I was like, oh, I was in heaven. It's pretty cool. What I can do is reset that. No, we're not at the jetway. Jetway is on the next one over. Oh well. These people could walk. Or is it on the jetway and we just don't know? Yeah, no, there's no jetway here. It's on the other one. So it looks like we're doing H.O.T.A.S today. Go ahead and turn off our lights. Probably should have turned that on. Landing, totally forgot about it. So now we're going to wait until that starts. Oh, I have it turned completely down, man. I've got Qantas, Virgin, Jetstar, Tiger Air, Math Air. I've got a whole bunch, depending on where you are in Australia. I've got a sugar load of aircraft that I can use, so that can come off, they can come off, go off, come on, come down. So this should have been turned on up in the air for ILS approaches. That's alright, it's not a big deal. Alright, so we'll turn that on, turn that off, turn that off. Turn that off. Go ahead and shut it down. Go ahead and turn all of them off. Turn our those off. Turn our fuel pumps off. Your dampener should turn off automatically, that's alright. So yeah, if I wanted to do another flight, I could pretty much leave the aircraft as is now. If I wanted to turn these, I can leave those logos on. Any collision light is still on. I could actually turn that off if I wanted to, and leave those others on. Turn the wheel well light on for those other lovely people. Now the aircraft can pretty much stay on where it is right now for the next takeoff. So we're going to have the air stairs, and we're going to have there, and then we're going to go from 1, 2, 3. And FMC, there we go. Alright, man. So yeah, that's it. That's the landing, the full flight, basic of the 737, ready for another takeoff. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. For everybody that watches later, I will probably be in my Discord in a minute. So thanks for watching, and see you soon.